Hey there, everyone. Kayla here from the Elify team, and it's time for another Shuffle Weekly tip. This week, we're going to be talking about Shuffle stats. We've been getting lots of questions in from customers from the field lately about what's going on with stats, knowing that there's some changes that have been taking place, and just wondering kind of what the stats are and how they can use them to help when they're sharing their shuffle card with others and to know what to do with that information. So we recently had a stats update, and so I'm going to go over the entire stats area in your Shuffle app so you'll understand what those analytics mean and how you can better use those. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you as usual. All right, so you guys should be seeing my shuffle now. I'm logged into our Douglas demo account, so you can see that card here. So we tied stats together. First of all, you'll see on the front of your card, right? We've gotten some questions. The numbers on the front of my card are changing. I'm not sure what's going on. And so that's because that we've changed what information is included in your sends and in your total views. So let me just show you really quick. When you swipe up on your shuffle card, you have four options: new contact, shuffle contact, campaigns, and show QR. So for stats, you're going to get information on three of those four options. You're going to get stats and tracking when you send it to a new contact, when you send your card to a shuffle contact or someone you've previously communicated with. You're going to get information if you start a campaign or create or generate a campaign link that you share on social media. Stats are going to include that. The only option that you're not going to get stats on is if you use this show QR option. And you'll see that right away when I tap on that option, show QR. Down at the bottom, it says copy untrackable link. So this is the only share option within Shuffle where you're not going to get tracking. All right. So whether someone scans the QR from your phone, or if you copy the untrackable link, if you're testing out your card, that's what we see a lot of our users using this option for, just so that they can look at their card and lay it out the way that they want to. Without getting the tracking, so it's not messing up their stats. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go back here. So the other three options you're going to get stats for if you send it to a contact or if you generate a campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. Now, the sends and the view counts on your front of your card now, so that's what it's going to indicate. Sends are individual card sends. So anytime that you've shared your shuffle card with a contact, you're going to get, that's what's included in your sends, as well as anytime you've generated a campaign link. So anytime you've started a new campaign, those are the two options that are included in the sends count there. Same with your total views. Your total view counts are going to come from anytime a contact has viewed your card and anytime your campaign has been viewed, whether it was on social media, in your email, at a live event, whatever you're using your campaigns for. So that's what is showing in your sends and total views. Again, untrackable links are not going to be included there. And this is your global counts. So from the time that you started your Shuffle account until now, this is the total amount of sends, total amount of views. So now let's go ahead and dial in. I'm going to tap on the card and tap on stats from the drop-down menu. So stats, we start in the general tab, and this is the graph of sends to views. You can see at the bottom, we've dialed this in. You can look weekly, monthly, yearly, or max for the entire length of time that you've had the account again. So right now we're on weekly. You can see this switch as I go to monthly, as I go to yearly, and then as I max it out for the entire time of the account, you can see those card sends and card views up in the top right corner, 172 and 110 match exactly what's on the front of your card. So that's anytime an individual contact has looked at your card, anytime your campaign has been viewed. That's what you're going to get. Those two options, those two categories is what's going to display here in your graph. And I apologize, you guys, for the notifications that are popping up. I'm actually in Montana this week. My brother's getting married. So anyways, lots of wedding communications happening. So apologies. Anyways, so that's your general card graph is what you're seeing there. I'm going to tap over to card ratio. All right, so card ratio. Now, again, this is including all of the same information. So anytime you've sent it to a contact and they viewed it, anytime you've generated a campaign link and gotten those campaign views. So know that that's what's being counted in all of these categories. So your views per send, meaning on average, when you send your card to someone or you generate a campaign link or anything like that, what is the average amount of times they're going to view your card versus how many times you send it to them. Now, this is our Douglas demo account, and so we use this internally all the time, just testing out the app. So we share this card to each other and oftentimes don't view it. What we found in the field and what we found from our users that oftentimes this views per send is over 1. It's usually 1 to 2. We've seen 3 to 4 views per send. So that means that every time a customer gets your card that you share it with them, they're going to view your card multiple times, which is really cool. So that's what that stat means. And so it's just kind of, it's interesting and it's fun to see how often people are engaging with the content that you're sending them. So our next category over to the right, unique views. So unique views is taking into account the number of devices that have viewed your shuffle card link. So anytime you've shared your shuffle card, we're looking at how many people have viewed it total. So even if you know, my friend Jacob, he views my card 10 times, right, after I send it to him, and I have all these people who have viewed my card multiple times, it's only going to indicate Jacob once. It's only going to indicate each contact who's viewed the card, regardless of how many times they've looked at it, 1 time. So you know exactly how many people / how many devices it's tied to IP address and it's tied to that device are looking at your card. So out of the 110 sends that I've sent my card to, I've had 28 unique views or unique visits to my card. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the views per send, like we just talked about. So when someone receives your card, how many times are they viewing it? So that also ties in with, okay, they're not a unique view once they've viewed it once. If they view it multiple times after that, we're only going to see them counted the 1 time in unique. So again, just some interesting information for you to mull over and to know, okay, cool, what is the impact that my shuffle card is having and on how many people? So then the third one down below, delay from send to view. So after you send your shuffle card to someone, whether it's a text message, an email, you generate a link that you share on social media, how long does it take them from receiving the card link to actually click and to view the card? So you can see right now it's about 1 day and 23 hours, or basically 2 days. And again, this is our Douglas demo account, so the stats are going to be a little bit different than what we're seeing in our user base in general across the field. So that's what that one is. And then the last one is time spent on card. And again, that's once they tap and open your card, how long are they staying on your card? So, you know, how long does it take them to read through your about section, to watch the videos that are on there, or to click from your social media and things like that? How much time are they spending on your card? And so that can be some really good information as well. If you want people to be spending a longer time on your card, you know, maybe you include more video links or, you know, more information about your products and services, things like that. So that kind of leads into our next section here, which I'll go over to viewer clicks. So this is telling you exactly the same, and it's, again, bringing in that same information. Anytime you share your card to an individual contact or anytime you generate a campaign link, right? From those, what are people clicking on? Right? And when you share your card, what are they clicking on in your card? So are they clicking on your phone, text, email, location, social media links we see included on here, or if you have YouTube videos on the card, well, you'll see that included on your graph right here. So again, from the card ratios, we can see, okay, how much time are they spending on my card? And then viewer clicks, okay, they're spending this much time on my card. What is it that they're clicking on? What is it that they're most interested in? So that's what you're going to get in the viewer clicks category. And then finally is campaigns. So this is just, we peeled out campaigns so that you can get a sense of how many views are coming from your campaigns versus what are coming from your individual contacts. So you can see Farmers Market for June has 26 views. Market Research Special has 5 views. Twitter, I posted, we posted a link on Twitter. It has 2 views. So these are just the campaigns that we've done specifically for this card. Now, remember, these stats are per card. So if we're going back through here, I'll click back. This is for the Douglas Baldwin Business Experts card, right? So each card you can dial in to see, okay, now if I go to this one and I click on stats, the stats are going to be completely different. If I max it out, again, those card sends are going to match the card sends and card views are going to match what's on the front of your card. And then you can dial in from there and get those individual stats for what's going on the card. So hopefully that helps clarify, you guys, what's included here, why you might have seen those numbers changing. We really dialed it in to make sure, if you're using an untrackable link, that's why we included it. We made it untrackable so that it didn't mess with your data, and you can test your card out or use that however you need to kind of work your shuffle cards on the inside, right? But then everything else, like I said, individual card sends, campaign sends, those are what's included now in your stats so that you have a very clear idea of what's going on. So this is just, this is our most recent development effort with stats. We are continuing to dial this in. We're continuing to work on this with our development team and get more stats that are going to be usable to you and actionable to you so that okay, I want to do this, this, and this on my card, or, I'm seeing more sends here or more views here than there, which campaigns are successful, which ones aren't, things like that, so that you can really dial in how you're promoting your business and what is your most effective way of communicating with your customers, your clients, your prospects, etc. So hopefully you guys, that gave you a clear picture and you have a better sense now of what is included in your stats. If you have additional questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to us. The best way to contact our customer support team is through your Shuffle app. I'll go through that really quickly. From your when you log in, go to your main menu, go down to Help Center there at the bottom, and go ahead and tap on Feedback. Feedback is what that's the best way to communicate with our team. Anything that you're experiencing, any questions that you have, you can even include a screenshot of what you're seeing, and that helps us to better understand what's going on with our users and how we can better serve you. So feel free to submit feedback that way or leave a comment or question on this video, on this blog post. We're happy to help you guys and really make sure that Shuffle is helping you in your business. So that's all for now. Greetings from Montana, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.